Recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I rise today in support of the underlying legislation, H.R. 6157, the Defense Appropriations Act for fiscal year 2019, and I appreciate the Chairwoman's hard work on this issue and her support for our troops. My amendment is about the A-10 Warthog. 3 years ago, when I first came to Congress, I began the fight against the Obama administration and their plan to mothball the entire A-10 Warthog fleet. This is an airplane I flew and commanded in combat. I know a little bit about it, and we won that fight. Since then, the A-10 has been pivotal in shwacking ISIS and bolstering European defenses, being ready south of the DMZ, and it's now been sent back to Afghanistan. Just recently, I visited the 25th Fighter Squadron in Korea, which continues to serve on the front lines just south of the DMZ. From close air support to combat search and rescue, the Warthog continues to do heavy lifting and saving lives wherever it's called. Now our fight is to ensure that we minimize any operational impact to the A-10 fleet as it carries out these vital missions. Of the 281 A-10s in the fleet, 109 of them still need new wing sets in order to remain in the air and to fight. I fought for and got funding in the FY18 bill to start this re-winging again. And we're glad to see the Air Force has chosen to include additional funding in this year's base request to continue the re-winging. In fact, Air Force Secretary Heather Wilson told the House Armed Services Committee publicly for the first time in March, the Air Force, quote, expects the A-10 to continue flying until at least 2030, end quote. Now that we're all on the same page, we can't afford to lose the A-10's critical capabilities. We must move as quickly as possible to re-wing the rest of the fleet in order to mitigate impacts to current operations. That's why the House and Senate NDAA bills both authorized an additional $65 million above the requested amount currently included in this appropriations bill, of $144 million for the A-10 re-winging in FY19. If we only appropriate the base request currently included in the bill, we'll only secure enough funding to re-wing somewhere between 12 and 16 aircraft. At that rate, it will just take too long to re-wing the remaining 109 A-10s. It's just not fast enough. These missions are happening now. We are literally flying the wings off these airplanes today, and our enemies won't wait. We must accelerate the A-10 re-wing to ensure that we maintain these critical missions and capabilities for our troops. My amendment simply funds the A-10 wing replacement program to the fully authorized House and Senate NDAA level by adding an additional $65 million above the request. I urge our colleagues on both sides of the aisle to support this amendment, and I reserve the balance of my time.